First, we need to know the formula here. The PTM equal P1 minus P2. Okay, so what is P1 and what is P2? Usually P1 is the inside pressure and P2 is the outside pressure here, right? So imagine this is the chest wall for the P2. This is the chest wall, okay? The chest wall, and here the tube here, so is the any structure that contain inside the chest wall. So usually the P1, the value is 0, and the P2, the value here usually is -5. So it's usually the P2, also known as the IPP, the IPP pressure. Okay, so PTM, if we put in the formula, so P1 is the 0 minus P2 is -5. This is the normal value. It will become +5. So when the PTM has a positive force, positive value, it means the force is positive. It forces it to open. It forces the structure that contains inside the chest wall to be open. All right. So what happened during inspiration? During inspiration, so imagine again, this is the chest wall. So the structure that contains inside the chest wall here. So during inspiration, chest wall will expand, right? The chest will expand. So the pressure that here, the pressure between the so the pressure here will become more negative. So when IPPE become more negative, that means the PTM have more positive value, right? Have more positive value. So the structure inside the chest wall, for example, like the right atrium and the great vein, they will expand. Okay, when the expanding of the structure, the pressure will go down. When pressure goes down, the venous return will go up to the right atrium. We can see the diagram here. So here we're talking about P1 is the structure that contain inside the chest wall. So imagine this is the chest wall here. So you have the P1 value for the central venous pressure and the right heart. So you have P1 as the CVP and the right heart, and then the P2 is the IPP, has the negative value as the -5. Okay, here. So when we put in the formula PTM equal P1 minus P2, right? So P1 value is usually is 0. So 0 minus, and P2 is the IPP value is -5. So PTM is +5. So +5 means it will keep the structure, the right heart, and the CVP, central venous, here, CVP is the central venous pressure, to be positive. When it's positive, that means it will keep it open. So the great vein here will be expand out and the right heart will expand out. So means what? The pressure here actually will be down. So that's why it had the volume here will be more. The volume here, I mean the blood flow here will be increased. So venous returns is increased. Okay. And one thing I want to let you know is that the IPP will not, during the inspiration, will have more negative value of the IPP, right? Because of the expansion of the chest wall. It doesn't affect anything here because the IPP value is only matters here in the chest wall. Okay. So what happened during the inspiration? During inspirations, as I mentioned above, during the inspiration, the IPP value become more negative, PTM become more positive. It opens up the structure, right? Is include the right atrium and the great vein, so thus increase of the venous return due to the decrease of the pressure, right? So you have increased venous return. When increased venous return, that means more blood flow to the right atrium. So you have increased cardiac output of the right heart. Because you have more volume in the right heart, that means the blood that actually have to go to the pulmonary circulation will be more. That's why you have a delayed closure of the pulmonary valve, right? This actually create the physiologic splitting of the ST. And because of the more volume from the right heart, so in the pulmonary, the blood flow will be increased. Okay, this is what happened. This is the thing that happened during inspiration, number one. And number two, what happened during inspiration? During inspiration, same thing, right? So inspiration, IPP more negative, PTM more positive, alveoli opens, means it has more volume, more space of the alveoli, so it has decreased pressure. Yeah, right? More volume, decreased pressure into the alveoli. Okay, so decreased pressure of the alveoli below the atmospheric pressure, so the air flow in from the outside world. Okay, and when the air flow in, fill up the alveoli, it will compress. Alveoli will compress the vasculature, right? The pulmonary vasculature, right? So imagine this is the alveoli. When it expand here, it will compress, right? It will compress the vasculature, the pulmonary vasculature. This will make the pulmonary vascular resistance to be increased. So both event here, right, during inspiration will cause an increase of the pulmonary blood flow and will cause an increase of the pulmonary vascular resistance. That's why blood flow to the left heart will go down.